I'm standing in front of our latest property that we closed on this morning. We don't even have power yet. So before I go in the property, I want to talk quickly about what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to explain from a brand new investor's point of view what the best exit strategy is for this property. Should we wholesale it? Should we flip it? Should we keep it as a rental? So I'm going to look at the property and tell you things I would or wouldn't do depending on that exit strategy. So this is a great video for brand new investors that are wanting to get into real estate, that are out there finding good deals and they want to make the most money on every single deal. Let's head inside. All right, so the outside's in pretty good shape. As you can see, no matter what I would do with this property, I would probably pretty much just clean up the outside. It's in good enough shape for a tenant, it's in good enough shape to wholesale, and it's probably good enough to keep as a flip and flip it. If I was gonna flip it, I might do a little bit more. I like to make my rental properties nice, and I like to make my flips a little bit nicer. I like to make whatever I'm doing something that someone's gonna want to live in, not have to live in. So I just got off the phone with our main general contractor, and he actually has some freed up time. So we're not wholesaling it. That is off the table. We're either gonna flip it or we're gonna keep it as a rental. Either way, it needs to be rehab. So let's talk about what I'm gonna do on the rehab. These windows are a little bit older. They're in pretty good shape, but they are, aluminum and they're metal, and they're probably not all operating properly. I'm gonna check those out, but probably gonna replace the windows for sure if I flip it, and probably if I keep it as a rental property. This is something that comes up on occupancy a lot. All the windows have to operate properly for occupancy. So if I'm gonna rent it or flip it, probably gonna replace the windows. The floors, as you can see, are old hardwood. This is the description of a grandma clean house. This house is livable, it's clean, but it needs some work. So I'm just gonna refinish these floors, sand them, stain them, be done with it there. Now what I do here is I would probably actually take these down. These are just kind of flimsy and not in the best shape. So these are probably gonna come down, keep it simple. It seems like the style these days is to just have a fireplace. You don't need all this other crap around the fireplace. Now, let's head into the kitchen where some decisions are gonna have to be made depending on the exit strategy. So this is a small kitchen. Whether I'm renting it or flipping it, you need to make an impact in the kitchen, especially a small one. But if this was a rental property, I'd probably tear out this and maybe add some new backsplash, new countertops, but I'd keep these cabinets. They're in pretty good shape. This style and color isn't super in right now, but I think it's fine. They're in good enough shape. So for rental, I'm keeping these cabinets, countertops, backsplash, new appliances. That's it in here. But with a flip, I'm gonna tear this all out and put brand new cabinets, brand new everything. It being a small kitchen, it's gonna be 7, 8 grand if it's a flip, and probably 3 or 4 grand as a rental property. So this floor I'm gonna end up replacing. If it's a rental, I'll probably keep because it's a good shape, but as a flip, I'm gonna replace it, and I'm not gonna replace with luxury vinyl plank like I usually do, because that kind of looks like hardwood. You don't want something that is hardwood and something that looks like hardwood. So I'd probably do ceramic tile in here, make it kind of look nice, a little updated and modern if we're gonna flip it. So this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. However, what I'm standing in used to be a bedroom. When this house was built, it was a 3-bed, 2-bath. They knocked out the wall, knocked everything out. This used to be a closet right here, and they made this a dining room. Dining rooms are definitely not a thing anymore, and making this a bedroom again, so it's a 3-bed instead of a 2-bed, will add about $25,000 to the value. So the 2 or 3 grand that I'm gonna spend to wall this off and open this back up by making this a 3rd bedroom is well worth the money. So in here, simply close it up and make it a bedroom. All right, so this is the guest bath, and if this is gonna be a rental property, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glaze this pink tile, that's it. Tenants may or may not care about the pink tile, but the tenants that I wanna attract are not gonna wanna live in a place with pink tile. I want the best tenants out there, so I wanna make my properties nicer. So as a rental property, I'm gonna make sure everything works and operates properly, but I'm just going to glaze this tile and paint it and redo the floors down here, probably do the same floors that I did in the kitchen. However, if it's a flip, I'm gonna rip all this out, gonna get a new vanity, going to put some surround, tile surround, and make this a nice bathroom. This is a small bathroom. You make your money in your bathrooms in your kitchen. So spending another maybe $1,000 or $2,000 in here that some people might not spend, you'll get that back by either selling it quicker or selling it for more money. Make your houses nicer. With the market doing what it's doing and softening a little bit, houses that are a little bit nicer are still selling. So you want to sell this property as quickly as possible for the most amount of money. So redo the kitchens, redo the bathrooms if you're flipping it and you're keeping it as a rental, just make them nicer. So underneath this carpet in this bedroom is hardwood. So again, gonna rip this out either way and refinish the hardwood. In here, we're just gonna simply paint the walls. And when we're painting things, no matter what we're doing, you wanna keep it neutral as possible. I don't like to do accent walls and all these crazy colors. I like to keep it simple, like a light gray or a light brown, or kind of a color that we like to use works for browns and grays if you're talking finishes of, you know, ceiling fans or knobs. So keep things simple, keep them clean no matter what you're doing. You wanna appeal to as many buyers and renters as possible, so don't do anything crazy with colors. In the master bedroom now, it has 2 closets, which is an awesome feature for a house like this. Stepping into the master bath, it's a full bath, but it's small. Same story as the other bathroom. If I'm renting it, I'm glazing it, assuming the tile's in good shape. But if I'm not, if I'm gonna flip it, I'm gonna tear all this out and make it a little bit nicer. I would say I'm probably gonna spend another 25 to 30% on a flip on my overall budget, and 25 to 30% less than that if I'm gonna actually end up renting it. What the fuck is going on with your plumbing in there, bro? Usually, obviously, you got your hot, your cold. They're to the left. This guy is about to fall off, and then back there. So I guess either way here, we're gonna have to dig into this wall a little bit and probably have to kind of replace all that. So that's just an added expense that's gonna happen either way, but ow, just kidding. All right, so we have some decisions to make down here. This is a completely finished basement. It's been finished for a long time, as you can see by the style and the finish, but it's got some water in it. So the options are kind of rip it completely out and just have this be an unfinished basement. Upstairs is about 1,200 square foot, so it's a decent enough size house. But you kind of hate to do that because this bathroom in here, it's a nice bathroom. It's a full bathroom down here. So this makes it actually a 3-bed, 3-bath. The bedrooms aren't legal because there's not egress, but you know, there's sleeping areas. So I'm kind of deciding what I do. If I was gonna keep this as a rental property, I would probably tear out these extra little rooms and just have like this be a rec room area down here with the bathroom. And if I'm flipping it, I might just kind of either do that same thing or, you know, just kind of refinish everything and have this be another, you know, 800 square foot to the house, make it a 2,000 square foot finished house. They're not technical bedrooms over here because they don't have egress, but they're sleeping areas and people would use them as a bedroom. So kind of a little bit of an odd basement. Probably rip all this kind of stuff out either way. And, you know, find out where the water source is coming from when houses are vacant. Either sometimes pipes freeze or things like this happen. Like there's no really clear place where this water is coming from. It's not coming from above. Doesn't look like a crack hydrostatic pressure. This looks like the low point of the basement. So maybe some type of pipe leaked at some point and the rest of the basement, you know, dried up and this is just not really drying. We don't really know, obviously, because, you know, we didn't talk to the owner. This house was inherited. So no one really knows what's happening down here. Got these rooms in here that are just, again, something that I'd probably rip out if I'm going to keep this as a rental property and have it be storage. People need storage. There's not much storage down here. So that's what we do down here. Interesting. I'm leaning towards keeping this one as a rental because I like rental property so much, and that's where wealth is built. Wealth is not built, you know, by flipping or even cash flow from rentals. It's built on the long-term game of properties going up in value and tenants paying the mortgage down, and you do that times X amount of properties and your net worth grows every single day. So probably gonna keep this one as a rental, but don't know for sure yet. Got a beautiful backyard back here. Got a nice covered area, fenced-in yard for a dog, for a tenant, or a potential buyer. So I love this backyard. The only issue kind of we're seeing here is this concrete has sunk over time, which is pretty normal. It looks like it was patched together, probably done by the homeowner anyway, or maybe these are big slabs that they brought in. Regardless, that's a tripping hazard, so that would not pass occupancy either way. So either gonna mud jack these up or maybe break them out and pour some new concrete. But either way, this backyard is an awesome feature for whoever's gonna be living or renting in the property. The key to being a successful real estate investor, especially at the beginning, is to buy good deals. If you buy a property at a deep discount, then you can decide what exit strategy is best for you. It may depend on your time, your contractors, how much money you have. If you need cash now, let those be the deciding factors. Just find good deals. If you wanna know how to find good deals and how to keep rentals and what to do to create wealth without using any of your own money, I do have a mentorship that teaches people how to do it. I have thousands of hours of free content on social media, but I do have a mentorship that the students and coaches own almost $200 million worth of real estate in. So if you want to take it to that next level, check out the description below for the link to the free training and the mentorship, or just send me a message on Instagram. I can send you more info. See you on the next one.